Okay, so this question um, seems to be complicated, but it's not. Let's look at the easiest way to approach this question. You can approach this question in many different ways, but let's look at the easiest way to approach it. We want to use the idea of indices to approach this particular question. Good. So let's consider the numerator. Remember, we have the numerator and the denominator. So how do we start this? We want to express everything, the numerator, with a common base. So looking at 32, 16, and then 2, can we express 32 to power negative 2, 16 to power negative 2, and 2 to power negative 3 with a common denominator? With a common base. Of course, that is possible. 2 raised to power 5 is the same as 32. And so this is to power negative 2. Remember, it's this power, right? Okay, what of 16? 16 can also be written as 2 raised to the power 4. And that is to power negative 2. Remember, it's this power. Remember, 2 raised to the power 4 is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And that gives you 16, right? Alright. Now, we are expressing everything with a base of 2, and this one is already in base 2, so we're just going to repeat the same thing, right? Okay, so we're doing the same thing here. 64, 2 raised to the power 6 will give you 64. You can try that. Multiply 2 6 times, you get 64. Remember, there's a power over there, negative 1, and so we're writing that, right? Okay. We have 4 here. 4 can also be expressed with a base of 2. Remember, 2 raised to the power 2 is the same as 4. Remember, there's a negative power there, which is negative 2. So this is the first thing to do. Now, what's the second thing? Now, when a number is raised to a power, is raised to another power, a number to a power to another power, you multiply the powers. Okay, so we have 2, which is this 2. Then we're going to multiply 2 by negative. I'm going to multiply 5 by negative 2, and that gives you negative 10. Okay, we're doing the same thing here. So 2 raised to power what? Negative 8. This is already worked. Okay, so we're doing the same thing to the denominator. So we have 2. When we multiply this, we get negative 6. We also have 2, this one. When we multiply this, you get negative 4. Very good. Now, what's the next thing to do? Now, let's come back to the numerator. There is a law of indices. It's called the product law. It states that when you're multiplying numbers written with the same base, these are the base, these are the bases, and these are the powers, sometimes called the exponents. Okay. Now, when I'm multiplying numbers and they're written with the same base, you could see all these 3 numbers have the same base. And so the law states that you add the exponents. So we're just going to write one of the base, 2. Then we'll add the exponents, negative 10 plus negative 8 plus negative 3, right? Remember, we are doing the same thing to the denominator. So 2, negative 6 plus negative 4.